All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Benjamin, and hopefully, I've started late enough to where my internet won't, well, shit on my very existence. Um, Fun fact: I somehow managed to get myself into a position where I don't have to worry about. I don't have to worry about the magic that is my internet bill because I'm somehow $100 ahead on that. So, I guess before I get into it, if you're new to this channel, like, comment, and subscription is greatly appreciated. And we're going to actually continue on our. Hey, Hamja. We're going to start with our redistricting series. And where are my district lines? Thank you. To make it easy to see where I am and to draw my lines, I'm going to do it like this. Now, Nebraska doesn't have an independent commission. The Republican Party basically controls it in its entirety, though the Nebraska State House is a unicameral legislature and is completely supposedly nonpartisan, though I think we all recognize that it is significantly. Okay, let's look at the partisan lean. Let's do this by county from here. There we go. It is significantly controlled by the Republican Party. Also, I'm almost tempted to see. Let's see if we can get to 1,000 subscribers. I bet you do, Robert Washington. I prefer you not say it in chat. Just because I do like some level of anonymity. And check this district after I've combined it with 2020 data just to see. But a decent knowledge of geography should be sufficient, yeah. Right? I'm trying not to include too much suburban area in this district that I'm drawing, because that would defeat the purpose. And I know I started with the second district, but interesting. Oop, went over the top. There we go, and this should allow me to draw the rest. Now, I'm drawing this map with the present 2008 data set. And just to make sure. Okay, we're good to go. Whoop. There we go. Get rid of the precinct lines. Get rid of that. And that is with President 2008 data. Let's go through, let's look at the composite, which is what I use to evaluate my maps. Yep. The first becomes the most Democratic district, and that's not even close. If we look at it, it's still heavily Republican. If we look at President 2016, it's all safe. Senator, interesting. AG, that should be all safe, yeah. Governor, yeah. But the composite, I do know about overly sarcastic productions, yes. I am very well aware of that. Alright, I think that's actually pretty darn good. Now we're going to move on to the next state, which is Nevada. And I'm trying to remember if Nevada... Oh, does Nevada use a... Yeah, Matt Gates 2024. Does Nevada use a commission, or is it Democratic only? Can y'all in the chat tell me about that? Also, there should be a link to my Patreon somewhere. It might be in the description. I don't actually know. But generally, there is a link to my Patreon. I would greatly appreciate it for anybody who can contribute to do so. I'm trying to get y'all to help. Nice. Does Nevada have an independent commission, or do the Democrats control it? Because I don't remember off the top of my head. Okay, so it is a commission. No. Okay, Democrats, cool. That helps. Turn up the opacity. Does Washoe County... Okay. I'm almost thinking that the Democrats might just draw one district to be heavily Democratic, considering... Also, let's turn on district lines. All things considered, right? Because of the... well, how heavily populated Las Vegas is, they can do that. I wanted to see if I could actually make a district based in Washoe County, but it doesn't seem realistic. This is the real thing I hate about Nevada, though, is all these precincts that they drew with no people in them. Makes it really hard to redistrict. And of course, we're in Clark County, which is the only county that remains. and you better believe I'm going to be drawing Vegas and Paradise, which is actually the famous part of Vegas to be a very heavily Democratic district. I do think that the Nevada Democrats are going to at least make an attempt to do something like this, especially given the nature of the way their state party looks to be going. Because, I'm going to be honest with you, the big news is that the state party is kind of doing an Arizona Republican Party and self-immolating. Now, what I mean by that is a lot of top Nevada Democrats kind of, at least at the state level, kind of were like, whoa, this is not the Democratic Party we want, when all of a sudden a bunch of socialist Democrats, Democratic Socialists of America candidates took over the state party in its entirety. And I think a lot of people are underestimating how much of an effect that may actually have on Nevada politics. Because the state party controls the overall party platform. In addition to controlling the overall party platform, the state party will also control or set rules for state level primaries, right? As well as, candidate requirements for their own party, right? Oops, I'm going to touch over. Put me no. I genuinely think it's not a good situation for the Nevada Democratic Party. But I don't think it will change the reality as much as I think some people are probably going to think. Oops. There we go. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that the Nevada Democratic Party is in a very lucky position, because Nevada tends to be a pretty elastic state, or inelastic state, with regards to its vote, right? Let's select map color. And all that means is that the party doesn't have to worry about people abandoning en masse simply because of who controls the state level party, right? There we go. That's a reasonable map. I could probably do a 4-0, but the fact is Washoe County kind of controls. It's really hard to get a Dem district without drawing something that would almost certainly get thrown out by the state level Supreme Court. So this is pretty reasonable. Districts roughly where they are, and there's one competitive district when really there should be maybe 2 competitive districts, but it is what it is, right? God, I love these small states. New Hampshire, another small state, which actually has, in fact, And I'm going to set it to the 2010 precincts because that's what we started on, so that's what we're going to use. There you go. And here's the thing. I don't actually think it's possible to draw 2 Republican districts. And let me explain what I mean by that, right? So we go to statistics, and the overall vote total is 48 to 47. So we have to draw both districts with a closer gap than that, or at least one district with a closer gap than that, right? Possible? It may be. But I think the route that's going to be taken is going to be to draw a safe Republican district. And I'm almost certain that it's going to be based around, what county is that? Rockingham County. And it's going to include a lot of the border with Maine. And avoid a lot of areas that are actually, New Hampshire has a very, very good composite, in my opinion. There we go. And also, this actually keeps districts fairly close to where they are. But see, that's the thing you get, right? For precinct lines. And let me show you what I mean by this, right? Go to President 2016. Sorry about the Facebook thing. I haven't even opened Facebook for like 5 years. But this is basically probably the best that can be done. Obviously, President 2008 is going to be like that. And the governor is going to... That's actually surprising. Because if we turn off the partisan lean of the districts, you can tell it's much more Republican. Right? I meant to actually do that with Nevada. Is to go through each of the data sets they have, right? And we have quite a few. But as you can see, it's pretty inelastic. Right. Oop. There we go. So we go back to the maps. And what's our next state? Whoops, New Hampshire. We have New Jersey, which is entirely controlled by the Democrats. Oh, that ain't good. Huh. I think I've seen Historia Civilis. There we go. Yep. New Jersey. We want the 2010 precincts. We've got 12 districts here. And it's all controlled by the Democratic Party because they have a trifecta. It's not a good state. I don't like it. I'm not going to worry about keeping districts exactly where they are in real life. Turn on partisan lean. Actually, first things first is we need to see the majority Hispanic areas. They're too disparate to actually draw a, oh, maybe. Could I draw a VRA district for Hispanics? That's an interesting concept. I might be able to do that. Yeah, I might be able to do that. This isn't something that I think will happen, but it certainly could. So we're going to do it. We're going to try and draw a few VRA districts. Hey, Frisky Island. I don't think New Jersey is going to be red by the 2050s, but the weird thing is the math that I've been doing does indicate that New Jersey may be trending red relative to the nation, more Republican, but I think that may be just erroneous data. And I may need to revise my methodology for calculating partisan lean, right? This is going to wind up being another earmuffs district, basically. I just have to make sure to leave a little bit of space here on the border, because that is actually Staten Island right there. We'll talk about Staten Island at some juncture. Oh, Matt Gaetz is almost certainly going to be rotten in a prison cell. So what are the, what's the over-under that he goes commit self... I'm sorry, that's a joke that I'm going to leave for the Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself crowd. Yeah, Matt Gaetz he's going to find himself rotten in a prison cell pretty quickly. Okay. So you're going to have to extend it up to there. God, this is an ugly district, but gotta be Voting Rights Act compliant. And honestly, creating a Voting Rights Act district is something that I think the Democrats would do. After all, they did campaign on this type of crap of, we need racial justice, and they seem to think that getting non-white people elected is good enough to please their base. I'm skeptical. But, okay, whatever. Alright. Yeah, that's an ugly district. I absolutely agree. Alright, so... yeah, this is going to be... okay, so, I mean, obviously I have to have this be the core of this district. And actually, New Jersey really should have a decent number of Voting Rights Act districts, simply because of its nature as the I think I think I'm correct in saying this. New Jersey is the least white state in the United States. So it really should. No, I created another earmuffs district is what I did. But I think the thing is, you could definitely argue this is a racial gerrymander because, well, you're kind of diluting their vote by packing these people into one district just so that they can get a representative who shares the same skin color. And I think that's incredibly insulting. But then again, I'm Catholic, I'm white, so, you know, do with that information as you will, right? Alright. Are there any more communities I can maybe... No, not reasonably. I can maybe stretch it out to this direction. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. Obviously, I have to make sure I keep plenty of room. Okay, I guess we could put 2 tongues. Actually, it may be better just to do one salient like this that extends out this direction. Oops. Didn't want that district. Or precinct. Like that. Then we'll go here. Now here's the thing. New Jersey is extremely Democratic right now. And it's very difficult to draw a map that favors the Democrats. Wow, I've been doing live streams for a year? That's crazy. Okay. How much do I want to take this district? I mean, after all, the point of this district is to be a VRA district for African Americans. So I guess it does make sense to try and not make it more white. Can I... I guess I have to do it like this. I mean, I'm still going to have to leave space around the state borders. Nope, can't do that. So I have to leave part of this community out. Don't like that, but it is what I have to do. I can maybe get that a little bit. Now, fun fact, I've actually been to New Jersey. I will say this, I was not a fan. Too many people and, well, just not my idea of a pleasant place to be. But I like living out in the countryside. I like living where there's no one around me. So, grain of salt, right? Okay. That should be good. Oh, yeah. After that, I will absolutely check the Kansas map with the 2020 data set. Hopefully it doesn't overload my computer, right? Let's turn back on the partisan lean now. And let's take a look at the partisan lean of the two districts I drew. Yeah, both safe Democratic. That is exactly what I expected. And if we include a little bit of this city, I think we'll be okay. I'm not sure I can draw an entirely Democratic map, but I can draw one that is almost certainly a majority Democratic map without having too much difficulty. Yeah. Fine, one more, that should be good. So I do need to add up to about 1,000 now. Went tad over. Have to go this direction, I suppose. Okay. Let's see the other thing. New Jersey is the most densely populated state in the United States. That's where I want it. Okay. Let's go ahead and take care of this bit here. I'm going to turn off the partisan lean for right now. That way I can actually see where I am, and I'm going to switch it to the map colors. Just because it's probably a good idea. Okay, well, I'll clean that up in a bit. Oh, that's New York. Okay, let's clean this up. There. That's what I wanted. God damn it, YouTube. This is also what happens when you draw these ridiculous districts. You wind up having a district that is determined by nothing other than the color of a person's skin. And I thought we were told that we weren't supposed to do that, right? Oh well, needs must. Frisky Island, take a look at syndicalism. Personally, I have my issues with any form of that stuff, but there is theory that does involve decentralized socialism. Okay, we're going to turn on the partisan lean and the partisan lean there. Yep. That is pretty much exactly what I expected it. Said, I'm going to extend this district and try and take up some of this portion of the Garden State. Though I'm not sure that's going to happen. Okay. Yeah. It's within the margin tolerated. Okay, so I need to be about 7... No. About 900 over cross. Okay. Okay. Well, I can do better than that. Okay. We're going to start here and cut across towards Ocean City over this direction. And thank you, OBS, for actually doing that. I love you. Thankfully, New York is one of the last states in the ends to redistrict. Considering it's the one that is the largest pain in the ass to do. Well, in theory, syndicalism is a decentralized form. Yugoslavia actually got the closest to it, but it was still a totalitarian centralized regime. So, grain of salt, right? But actually, one of the weird things about redistricting New Jersey is you find out that there's actually a lot of Republicans in New Jersey. And here I'm abusing water precincts again. And let me tell you, we're going to abuse the ever-living tar out of water precincts in Ohio. Whenever we get to Ohio. And the reason why we're going to do that is because... Actually, that's the thing. I'm not going to go as hard as I normally would in Ohio for, say, a Republican-controlled state. And my reasoning for that is that my commenters, I think y'all are correct when I post my video about Ohio's redistricting. The Ohio GOP is probably only going to try and draw out Toledo. And the truth is, Tim Ryan's time is really, he is short for this world when it comes to Congress. Oh, god damn it, OBS. Oh, thank you for actually reconnecting. OBS, you can suck my dick. Oh, thank you. Oh, fuck's sake. Holy shit. 20 viewers? Oh my god. 20 people watching me. That's insane. I want to thank everyone who is tuning in today. 20 viewers is a hell of a lot more than I could have ever truly expected. At least at this stage in my channel's development, right? If you are new to the channel, a like, comment, and subscription on my videos if you're inclined and can afford it. A subscription to my Patreon would be appreciated. Hi, I'm totally not shilling. In entirely all seriousness, there we go. I do want to thank everybody who is showing up. Okay, so that's half. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just bite the bullet here and just have a safe Republican district, but truth is, oops, it was probably inevitable. Nice. There we go. Alright. And also, I'm really glad that OBS is behaving right now. Don't think that'll last, but, you know, who knows. It's good. We're still a bit short. Still short. Yeah, that district is pretty damn ugly. Still short there, but we are above where we need to be. See, that puts us much closer, and that makes me happy. Nice. Yo, AP, how you doing? And to you and Ghent, nice. Another night owl. I approve of this. No, I can't do that. Damn it, New Jersey. Why do you make me do this? Okay. We're going to put this around the top of the state. I still have more than enough people to make this a Democratic district, methinks. Or at least competitive. Yeah, I think this is going to wind up being a Democratic district. Okay, cool. And see, that's the thing I'm trying to do, is I'm actually trying to role play as each state when it comes to redistricting and how each state is going to do it. I did my own map where I did this, but it wasn't on live stream, and I think doing this on live stream is a hell of a lot more fun because we get to make all sorts of jokes about this stuff. Like, for example, how I made two of the ugliest districts in the world just now. I mean, those are some properly ugly districts. Am I going to make this one a Democratic district? I better. I mean, I still got 168,000 people to pack in here, so... Maybe I'll even turn them into Soylent Green since I'm so good at packing them into packages. Oh. Was that too dark? Okay. Let's see. Where are we going? Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm going to quote that comment by Nuxmaster. If you're trying to draw a fair map, the rules are nothing. But if you're trying to max out the GOP, they will remind you they exist every single time. Oh, yeah. Okay. This is a relatively competitive district, actually. Three more districts to go. And somehow it's just as ugly. Okay. I actually have to really balance out the rest of this because I've basically taken up as much of the New Jersey side of the Hudson as I can. I'm going to have to figure out how to balance it out and eat up as much of the Republican space as I can. And that's actually something that I think needs to be discussed, is that the Republican Party is going to be litigating a lot of these maps in Democratic-controlled states, arguing that they are clear partisan gerrymanders. Which is kind of hilarious, given that the Republican Party is pretty active in drawing maps to suit their needs as well. Yeah, that was going to be way too many. Okay. Okay. Let's up the brush size a little bit. And yeah, I'm aware this is going to be a pretty competitive district. But it kind of is going to have to be. Okay. 2 more districts. And okay. Cool. It means I probably could have drawn a few districts to be a bit more Democratic leaning, but may not have entirely worked. Actually, I don't think I could have. Especially with the fact I was trying to draw a few VRA districts, which maybe in retrospect was a bad decision, but at least for the goal of gerrymandering this as heavily as I could in favor of the Democrats. If I throw that in, that put me over. This one keeps me under. Cool. That should allow this one to be dead even. What the fuck is that? Oh, you've got to be... That is some serious trolling. That... Oh my god. Wow. Okay. And if I switch it to partisan lean, that, yeah, still good. Okay. Turn off the precinct lines. Hit that. And there we go. There's New Jersey, 11-1. Really, New Jersey has a bipartisan committee. I thought the Democrats controlled it in New Jersey. Really? Let me look this up. I thought the Democrats controlled in New Jersey. New Jersey has a politician commission. Okay. The only state that does that. Okay, so... Okay, so I'm going to actually have to redraw this other than the first and second. Nice. Yeah, okay, Robert. Enjoy your ban. No, I'm totally kidding. Okay. So... Okay. So... Now I have to figure out how to protect... Or more accurately, now I have to figure out... Well, why did that have to be the case? So I have to draw a somewhat fair map. Even I thought the Democratic Party controlled redistricting completely in New Jersey. I guess I was wrong. Okay, that's reasonably competitive. There we go. Okay, let's turn that off and turn on the map colors. Hilariously, this is going to wind up being the exact same district that I drew earlier, methinks. Like I said, I'm going to keep these VRA districts because fuck you is basically the logic there. Okay, that should be enough to cover off the clumsiness with the brush. Yeah, I think that's what I did. Now, normally when I do this sort of thing, I don't really do the incumbent protection because, honestly, screw you. Incumbents shouldn't be factored in the redistricting process, but it often is. God, this is creating some ugly districts. Go. Okay. Jesus, this is... Why did I do this? Oh, whoops. There we go. Yeah, New Jersey is probably... That's the weird thing about New Jersey, is it really actually does have a ton of Republicans. It's just there's a lot more Democrats. Actually, I don't want to do that. Okay. And this is where it gets difficult when you pre-draw districts like that. They may just try to do that sort of thing where it. That might be actually something similar to what they might do, is try and put South Jersey into its own separate districts, and then everything else is just Democrats. May try and do that, but then again, they also have to reasonably protect the districts that they have. Okay, so the next district I need to draw is going to wind up being like this. I'm going to have to draw here. Is there enough room is the big question. I have to basically do this sort of thing. I may have just accidentally drawn myself into a corner here. Oops. That's okay. I can actually take a bit from the 7th and put it into the 8th if I really need to. Which it looks like I'm going to need to. Yeah. Only so much I can do, though, for that. Jeez. Okay, we're gonna actually do that. Okay. There's a ton of people here, so makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so the 6 we're going to take from the 7th, I guess. Oh, yeah. You're not wrong. Incumbent protection is just like basically the incumbent saying, screw you, we're staying in power. Alright, there we go. Okay. That now allows me to actually finally... There we go. Partisan lean. Wow, that... Okay. So I guess with this district, we can still do that. And that means we can extend up into here. Take out some of this Republican territory. God, I love when you misremember something. I do love misremembering things. It's absolutely fun. So, how'd y'all like my April Fool's Day joke? Oh, we have to leave it at 420 over. We have to have 420. Oh, man. And we're going to keep this sort of thing where it just goes over the top of the state and loops over into this area. Because I think that's funny. And we'll see if I can get it to be a Democratic district. Keyword is C, if we can make it like that. Yeah, we'll be able to do that. Problem is, we may have to wind up drawing another Republican district, which I don't think we'll need to go to those measures. Nope. Can't include that precinct. Because apparently that precinct doesn't like to play nice. Yay, non-contiguous precincts. States, why do you insist on doing this sort of thing? Whoop. Okay. Like, it is absolutely insane. Also, for those of you who are new to this channel, I'm not sure how many of y'all who are watching haven't been on this channel before, but if you are new, consider a subscription. I do appreciate them. It is nice to have all y'all here, obviously. I do appreciate each and every one of you. I try to pay attention to the comments and chat, but because I am doing this and trying to follow chat on a different monitor, it is a little bit difficult. Thank you, Naveen. And also, if you're into American history, I've been trying to cover America's history on this channel because I think it's needed. Let's go up around this direction. Okay, so I will need to actually do that, yeah. I think that should solve the issues that with how ugly this map is getting. I mean, this map is really, really ugly. Okay. Ooh. 2 more districts, everybody. 2 more districts. What the hell? Oh, that's why. Idiot. There we go. Mm-hmm. Let's, see if I can change that, make it a blue. Okay. Pretty no, but this definitely does the job. Probably illegal, but I'm not sure how much I actually do care. Considering the point is to exploit as much as I can. Because the litigation process is going to take far too long. To change anything. Where am I missing? What am I missing? Okay. Changes to map. Oh, they're all 3 right here. Okay. I guess I can put them in the 10th then. Because the 10th thankfully borders the 11th. Nope. Didn't want to do that. Funny. And the 12th also borders the 11th. Let me turn that off and do that. That puts us within the population. Turn on the partisan lean. There we go. Finally. Okay, let's turn off the precinct lines, and that better allows us to see this monstrosity of a map. Aw, we've fallen back down to 9 viewers. Aw. Oh, thank you very much. I didn't see the second part. Well, let us take a look. Good. Oops. Actually, I meant to take a look at the various data sets, but there's only this, so we're going to look at this, and yeah, that is what I expected. Was a district to flip. We need more data sets, DRA. We need more data sets. Let's find the Kansas map, because they do have the full set for Kansas, I believe. There we go. And somebody did want me to look at Kansas, so we'll go ahead and do this. There we go. We'll convert it to 2020. Okay, let's take a look. Honestly, that's not that bad. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay, so Senator 2020. We have a blue district. Okay. And President 2020, I suspect the same thing. Yeah. That is interesting. That is very, very interesting to me. Do I still have my Kansas 2022 live? Yes. Awesome. I like that. Okay, what's the next state? Because I don't want to do one with a ton of districts. Okay, New Mexico. I think New Mexico will be a good place to end. Thank you, OBS. Now, New Mexico actually has an independent commission now. So I suspect what they'll do is keep the districts vaguely similar to where they are now. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, and alright, we're basically done, I guess. There we go. It's reasonably close to where it is now. Turn on the partisan lean. Oops. Turn on district lines. Set it there. That is kind of honestly what I would expect. Now, New Mexico actually has quite a few. That is a decent number of data sets, so it's nice. 2018. Actually, Senator 2018 is a really weird one because there was a decent number of third-party votes, but they were extremely evenly spread out, so meh. Attorney General, that's reasonable. Governor, okay. President 2008, that's going to be, oh, not all blue. I think the composite is reasonably fair. And I mean, this is basically what New Mexico's map is. New Mexico just actually passed the law, and I think their governor has said that he intends to pass it. It passed their state legislature very recently. I've been following this stuff on the news pretty closely, so yeah. Let me see if I can find it. That way I can show y'all. Because this did actually happen. Here we go. For those of you who doubt what I'm saying, New Mexico did actually just pass it. Generally, I don't support it much of HR1. Yeah, I don't support the vast majority of HR1 because honestly, the states have that power according to the Constitution, not the federal government. So, yeah. Sorry, Naveen. I really can't support that part of HR1. And actually, there's a lot about HR1 that I don't support. But yeah, so anyway, that's really about it for me tonight. I'm gonna go sit on the couch with the cat because he's been bugging me for quite some time. Take it easy, everybody. I want to thank everybody who did tune in. I think we had a peak viewership of... We were above 20 sometime, so I want to thank everybody for that one.